this fourth number operation, you can say amplitude scaling. Okay. This is basically with the amplitude of the signal. Okay. Operation is done in the on the amplitude of the signal, or you can say voltage level. Okay. Or you can say in y-axis, or like you can define like amplitude scaling of a continuous time signal, suppose xt. Okay. Continuous time signal xt can be represented or can be defined, can be represented by, suppose yt is the amplitude scaling signal, yt equal to a into xt. Here a is nothing but a scalar value, or you can say a constant. So based on this a value, the signal is maybe amplified or attenuation, or it may be a reverse inversion. Okay, means it's maybe amplified its voltage, or it is decreases voltage based on the value of a. Okay, the three cases there. First case, a equal to, if a greater than 1. Okay, if a greater than 1, then yt is a amplification of xt. You can say amplification means it's rises its amplitude values. So when a greater than 1, yt is a amplitude amplification of a xt. Similarly, the second case is if a greater than 0 but less than 1. Okay, something you can say a equal to 0.5 or 0.7, 0.6, 0.1, like that, then yt is a attenuation of xt. For the signal xt given, the yt will be attenuation, means it decreases amplitude values. If another third case is if a less than 0, okay, something minus given, okay, a equal to -2, -1, -5, like that, then yt is a inversion of xt. Okay, so these things you should know. Let me give with a graphically representation, then your concept will be clear. So come to the next. Suppose signal is given like that. This is xt, suppose. Okay, and range is -2 to 2 t. Suppose amplitude value is 1. Okay, then when a equal to something 3. Okay, a something 3 means what will be the case for a into xt? If we multiply this a with xt, then what will be the value of the signal? The range will be similar. Okay, nothing change in the case of t or range, the value of t, because we are not dealing with something inside the this xt. So this is 3xt. The amplitude will be what? 3. Okay. Similarly, let me give the other cases for the other cases. The same signal, amplitude 1, it's occur in between -2 to 2. Then if, what will be the waveform? If a equal to something, suppose 0.5, okay, what will be the case? What will be the waveform? Then can you say what is the amplitude would be? -2 to 2, amplitude would be 0.5. Okay. Similarly, what is the for the third case, that is inversion of the amplitude. Inversion means, let me take a similar rectangular pulse, -2 to 2. This is 1 only. This is xt. You can write as a xt. Okay. The inversion, suppose a equal to -2 I have taken. Okay. What will be the signal? When you multiply this -2 with the x, its amplitude will be in a reverse direction. Means it will be inversion of the signal. You can say this is -2 xt. The range for t, it's similar only, -2 to +2. And what will be the amplitude value? Amplitude will be -2. Okay. I think this is clear. So it's okay. Have you understand the fourth property? There is the amplitude scaling.
Yes, sir.
Then come to the fifth property. This is not. These are easy, but first three are very important.
Move to before page, sir.
It's over.
Okay, sir.
Fifth number is signal addition. These are very easy. The question will come from the first three property only. Most of the question. These are the basic things. Signal addition. Signal addition means we will add the amplitude value. Okay, for the corresponding signals. Okay. Suppose let two continuous time signal. Suppose x1t and x2t. Then signal addition can be represented by or given by yt equal to x1 of t plus x2 of t. So this is very simple things. So suppose one signal, suppose x1t is given as a unity step signal. Okay, suppose this is where amplitude is 1 t. Suppose another step signal is there, whose amplitude also 1. Okay, and this is x2. Then what will be the
2.
Somebody already tell the answer. Then what will be the yt signal? Okay, yt signal is the addition of the amplitude for each instant of time. Okay, for every instant of time we will just add that amplitude. Then the yt will be amplitude will be 2. Okay, I think this is very easy. You are able to understand the thing. Come to the then sixth property. It's over. Have you take the note? Come to the.
So once again explain, sir.
Okay. Means signal addition means what? So signal addition means we have to add the values of amplitude. Okay. Suppose what is addition? We know 2 plus 3 equal to 5, like 3 plus 3 equal to 6, like that. When we come in the case of signal, suppose one signal is given xt equal to like this, whose amplitude value for positive time duration is 1 only. Okay. For the second signal x2, the amplitude also similar. Okay. It's exist for it's keep constant amplitude, that is 1. Okay. So in addition, what will do, will add the each of the we add the amplitude for each of the time instance. Suppose here what will be the amplitude, for suppose here what will be the amplitude, for each of the time instance amplitude is 1 only. Okay. So what will be the yt amplitude? Amplitude will nothing but it is a 2, because 1 plus 1 will be 2. So these things, this is very easy, I think. For every time instance, we just add the amplitude value of the first and second signal. Okay. So for the negative time instance, you see there is no amplitude value for both first signal and second signal. That's why the amplitude also 0 in the yt. Okay, come to the 6. This is signal multiplication. This is also very easy. Multiplication. Let two continuous time signal x1 of t and x2 of t. Okay. Then multiplication of signal is given by yt equal to nothing but x1 of t into x2 of t. Okay. Suppose any signal, let me take. Suppose this is one signal which this is amplitude 1, for this amplitude is 2. Okay. This is straight line. Okay. This is at suppose 2 and this is 4. We have to multiply with suppose this signal. Okay. This is 2. This is 1. This is 2. This is x2 of t. This is x1 of t. So what will be the multiplication signal? Can anybody say? Y of t equal to what will be the signal? It is a constant 2 only up to 4. Because here 1 is there, here amplitude is 2. So 1 into 2 is 2. So amplitude is 2. And for here amplitude is 1, but for first signal it is amplitude is 2. Okay. When you multiply this 1 and 2, the amplitude will be 2 only. So the waveform will be like this only after multiplying these two signals. Okay. I think this thing is clear. This response anyone, if you can ask anything if you have doubt. So we have already covered 6 basic operation which is need to operate deal with the operation of signal. So any question? If both the signal are negative, sir. Okay. Somebody said, sir, if both the signal are negative, what will happen? Okay. For multiplication and addition. Okay. Let me give for multiplication. Suppose this is x1 of t. Okay. Suppose signal is coming like this. These are negative below. This is 2. This is -1. Amplitude is -1, and this is 2, 4. Okay. He said, okay, let me take another example. This is x2 of 2. Suppose this is okay. Let me take the previous question only. 4, 2. This is 1. This is 2. So nothing. It's very easy. When you multiply this -2 with -1, okay, what will be the value? Good question. So whether the amplitude will be positive or negative, he may ask. Okay. It will be square of the signal, means you can say it is a multiplication only. Multiplication, it will come a positive. Like again, it come in a positive side because it is multiplication. Okay. The signal will be similar. Good question. Okay.
Sir, the amplitude doesn't change, sir.
Amplitude will be 1. These are 2, because when we multiply this this -2 with -1, what will be the case? -2 into -1 equal to 2 only, no? That's why it's come in a positive side. So if one positive and other negative, what will be the resultant? It will be negative side. It will be negative side. Somebody said, okay. Let me take similar example. Because we are doing the multiplication, not the addition. Okay. Somebody said, suppose sir, 1 is positive. Okay. Suppose 1 is positive, like this. 2, 4, 1, 2, and another is negative. So here this 2, this is -1. This is x2 of t, this is x1 of t. Okay. This t, this 2, 4. So what will be the signal? Okay. If you this, you can see this is for y2. You can see this is -2. Okay. -2 and 1 means -2. Here also -1, here 2. So it will come in the negative side. 4. This is -2 t. Okay. It's clear? Sir,
Yes,
can
sir.
you with DTS, discrete time signal? Somebody said, okay, sir, can you explain with DTS? Anyone want to ask question, something? Okay, somebody said, okay, sir, can you explain with DTS? So somebody may heard this term first. DTS means discrete time signal. Okay. So earlier, when I start class, I have said that the signals basically two types. One is continuous, another is discrete. Discrete means the signal has some value at some discrete instant of time. Okay. Let me give with the example multiplication for discrete time signal. Okay. One very important thing that what I am explained in the last classes, like basics elementary signals, I have given most of the continuous time signal. Okay. So you have to derive, you have to know how to, what is the plot and functional representation for discrete time signal for each of these basic or elementary signal. So you should know the discrete time representation also, discrete time signal. Okay. For multiplication, suppose one signal is given, suppose x1, now n will be written, not t, x1 and discrete time signal the time axis is represented by n, and it is for discrete set of time instant only. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose this is the signal, okay, and suppose some amplitude is given. Some 3 is not having any amplitude, like 5 suppose here, 6 suppose here, 7 suppose negative. Okay, this is you take as a -2 amplitude. There is 7 number sample you take as a -1. This is you take as a 1, and this is you take as a 2. Okay, this signal when you multiply with another discrete time signal xn, the time axis should be represented with n, and x2 you should write as a n. Okay, and the set of time instant only the signal will exist. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, suppose all the signal, all the sample has one amplitude, or somebody from 4 it has -1. Okay, this -1, this is 1. So what will be the values? Can you say what will be the values if we multiply the signal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. So at 1 into 1, what is the value? 1 only. At 2, previous is 2, and this second signal has 1 amplitude, so it is 2 only. Okay. At 3, at a 5 first signal there is 0 amplitude, so at 3 0 will be there. At 4, this is 4, this is -1, and previous one is 1. 1 into -1 means -1. For 5, -1 into -2, +2. -1 into -2, -2. Okay, at 7, -1 and -1, 1. I think this is clear. Do you have any question? -2. So it's already 40 minutes. It's going to stop the Zoom. So let me leave the class again. Let me start the Zoom. Recurring meeting. Okay. Okay, there is time. I think 7 minutes. Okay, do you have any question? It's over, I think. So how we do the multiplication in case of discrete time signal? This is clear, I think. Each of the time instance we have to multiply with the amplitude value. Okay, whether it's minus or plus. By looking that if minus is there, then positive sign will become. Okay, positive amplitude will become like that. So we completed the topic, that is basic operation on signal. Let me revise once again. What are the operations we have learned from the last last few classes? Basic operation on signal. Okay, what we have learned from the last few classes? First one is we have learned time shifting. Okay, we have learned time shifting. This is shifting means the signal is shifted to the right or to the left. Okay, then we have learned, let me give the equation also, yt equal to x of t minus t naught. This is the general form. Like time scaling we have learned. Class here, take the attendance. Somebody is still sending the request for joining the class.
Okay, sir. I will.
Time scaling. What is the time scaling? Yt equal to alpha or a x of t, where a is the scalar value. Next we have learned time reversal. What is yt equal to x of minus t. Oh, this is wrong. The second one is It is yt equal to x of a inside, okay, a into at. Time reversal is yt equal to x minus t. Fourth, we have learned today, that is amplitude scaling. Fifth, we have learned addition of the signal, and multiplication we have learned, okay. So these three is very important. Most of the questions come from this only: time shifting, time scaling, and time reversal. You should know, okay, time shifting means that signal is shifted to the right or signal shifted to the left with respect to the y-axis. Time scaling means it reduces its time duration, or it can expand its duration. And time reversal means it reverts. It's like a mirror image, or you can say it is like a folding image. Okay, these things you should know. Okay. Now we will solve some difficult question. Okay, the question will given to solve. The question will have the concept all of this operation. Okay, and you should know how to solve those questions. Sir, we would not have amplitude shifting and amplitude reversal. The question is not directly it's valid. Okay, it's not directly valid. You can say, you may somebody said, okay, Saro, we do not have amplitude shifting or amplitude reversal. So if there is no like sort of means time is there, amplitude shifting or amplitude reversal, there is no such type of time is there. Okay, but you can think, okay, time amplitude shifting means you can make another name like amplitude amplification, okay, or you can say amplitude attenuation. You can say like that. There is no term like amplitude shifting. Okay, next is amplitude reversal. You can term it as a time inversal. Okay, which I have already taught in the first when I give the class. You can take this sort of variation with the amplitude amplification, attenuation, and inversion. Okay, there is no such term as we mentioned, that amplitude shifting or amplitude reversal. Okay, it is amplitude inversion or amplitude amplification or attenuation, like this. Okay, please